Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going live today, and I'm going to be at the mosque in Redmond, Washington. So we're going to be doing a class about going to Umrah, and since I was going to go live anyway at 3 o'clock today, I just decided to go ahead and just try to go live a little bit sooner, and I'll see if I can be live through the whole thing. Hopefully I will be. They said they were going to, hi, salam. They said they were going to be actually broadcasting this Umrah class anyway, so I think that going live is probably going to be all right. But I just wanted to let everyone know this is just a preview. I'm getting ready to go there, so when I get to Redmond, Washington at the mosque, I'm going to turn on the live button, and so you'll be able to kind of join me during that time period, and I'll talk to you as much as I can, okay? So see you soon. Salam. Assalamu alaikum, brothers, sisters, everybody that decided to come and see me today. I have some really great news. So the other day I got a brochure off of Instagram from a friend of mine, another sister from mosque, and it had information about the spring Umrah in Saudi Arabia. So really exciting. I registered, I'm going to Mecca, Medina. I'm gonna perform Umrah out there in April. So I can't wait, I'm super excited. Trying to gather information and try to prepare for my trip. And we're going to go to the historical sites and see everything that we can and do a lot of prayer and things like that. So I'm super excited, and they usually say it's best to try Umrah before you try Hajj. And also there's a big difference in price. So Hajj is really expensive. It can cost, around $10,000. Umrah is a lot less. It's around $2,500, and that includes airfare, hotel, and food, and ground transportation and stuff like that. So my group is actually run by Imam. So he's Imam of one of the mosques in the state, not in my town, but pretty close by. So him and his wife have been putting on these tours to Umrah and Hajj for close to 20 years, so they really know what they're doing. And my group is pretty big. There's about 20 of us going. So I'm really excited. I'm going to be meeting new sisters, and I'm going to be sharing a room with 2 other sisters and flying to the other side of the world, and it's just going to be so amazing. So I just wanted to share that with you. So when I go, I'm definitely taking my camera, and I will share as much of my trip as I possibly can with all of you, so that you can see what it's like for somebody coming in, a revert from the United States to Mecca, and what I experienced there as my first time in Saudi Arabia, in Mecca, Medina. So actually, maybe today we could try reading a little bit of Quran. I just have to grab one of my Qurans. One second, I'm going to run over here and get one. And I know I have glasses around here somewhere. Here we go. As you can see, this is completely unedited. Alright, so I can see. I'll put on my matching blue glasses. And this is the little Quran actually that I got from whyislam.org. So whyislam.org can actually give you a lot of information If you're considering reverting to Islam, or if you have a friend or someone you want to give information to, and maybe a Quran, they will send you a free Quran and a lot of different brochures with lots of information about Islam, which is really great. And so that's where I got this one. So I have 4 Qurans. I've got the black one that I told you about in my first video, which actually looks a lot like the Bible, and it has gold lettering, and I love that one. I keep that one in my office, so I can read in my office when I have time. This one I usually keep on my desk in my bedroom. Sometimes I move it around, put it in my purse and things like that, so I can take it with me. And then I have a smaller blue one that I take in my purse a lot of times or put in the car. And then I have my big one, my big fancy one, where it has like the Arabic and the English, and it also tells you how to pronounce the words in Arabic by using English lettering. So that one's pretty nice. I'll show you that one later. Anyway, so in the Quran, things start out from the back of the book. So usually it's backwards. Well, actually, this one they did front ways, like an American. I didn't realize that. Yeah, so this one actually starts from the front, just like an American book would. But normally the regular Quran is from the back side, and then it's going from left to right with the pages. So let's read the first one. So I don't speak Arabic, so if I pronounce something the wrong way, forgive me, because I don't have a lot of instruction either, so I do most of this stuff on my own. So Al-Fatiha, Surah 1 to 2, and it's called The Opening. Okay. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Praise be to Allah, the cherisher and the sustainer of the worlds. Most gracious, most merciful. Master of the day of judgment. Thee do we worship, and thine aid we seek. Show us the straight way, the way of those on whom thou hast bestowed thy grace, those whose portion is not wrath, and who go not astray. So that actually is the beginning, the very beginning of Quran. And I'll read a little bit more. The Heifer. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. This is the book. In it is guidance sure, without doubt, to those who fear Allah. There was actually one really tiny sentence before that, but I just can't pronounce it. It says something like Alif, Lam, Mim. And I have no idea what that is, but I'm sure one of you do, so you can leave it in the comments below and help us all, including me. Okay, so let's move down to the third verse, okay? Who believe in the unseen are steadfast in prayer and spend out of what we have provided for them. And who believe in the revelation sent to thee and sent before thy time, and in their hearts have the assurance of the hereafter. They are on true guidance from their Lord, and it is these who will prosper. As to those who reject faith, it is the same to them whether thou warn them or do not warn them. They will not believe. Allah has set a seal on their hearts, and in their hearing and on their eyes is a veil. Great is the penalty they incur. So basically that's saying, you know, people have the opportunity to know God, to understand God and to love God, but a lot of people choose not to believe, or they choose not to understand or know God. Number 8, of the people, there are some who say, we believe in Allah and the last day, but they do not really believe. And I think all of us have met people like that in every religion, Christianity as well, where people, for whatever reason, their own personal reasons, they decide to say that they believe in the Lord our God, but they don't actually, or maybe they do kind of a little bit, but they're not quite sure and their heart isn't quite there. In Christianity, we call those types of people usually agnostic, but also there are people that flat out will just pretend that they're Christians or they're Muslims and they're great believers and they pray their prayers and things like that, and they really don't, or they do part way, not fully. So that's unfortunate. Number 9, fain would they deceive Allah and those who believe, but they only deceive themselves and realize it not. Right? I think we all know what that means, right? They think they're deceiving everybody, but they're really not. They're just deceiving themselves, and in the end, they suffer for it. In their hearts is a disease, and Allah has increased their disease, and grievous is the penalty they incur because they are false to themselves. When it is said to them, make not mischief on the earth, they say, why, we only want to make peace. Excuse me. Of a surety, they are the ones who make mischief, but they realize it not. When it is said to them, believe as the others believe, they say, shall we believe as the fools believe? Nay, for a surety they are the fools, but they do not know. 14. When they meet those who believe, they say, we believe. But when they are alone with their evil ones, they say, we are really with, turning the page, we are really with you. We were only jesting. So having two faces, pretending to be with the believers and be a believer, and then when you're with not a believer, saying, oh no, I don't believe, I'm just, you know. But Allah knows. He knows all of our hearts. He knows what's there. And actually we know too. I mean, we have that sense within us. We can kind of tell. We can kind of feel it. We can kind of sense it when we're around somebody that's not actually telling us the truth, right? Yeah. So Allah will throw back their mockery on them and give them rope in their trespasses, so they will wander like blind ones to and fro. These are they who have bartered guidance for error, but their traffic is profitless, and they have lost true direction. So I'm going to stop reading right there because it's pretty long, and I actually have to do quite a bit of homework today. And I have a time limit when I have to turn it in. So I'm not going to read too much more there. I will say this. Toward the back of the Quran, and I have some bookmarks here, these are the surahs. And so they're smaller. And you can, instead of starting from the beginning of the Quran right here, you can actually start with the smaller surahs, which a lot of times if you're just getting into Islam and the Quran and you're a revert, it might be a little bit easier for you just to do a couple of surahs or even try to memorize a couple of surahs. For myself, I have a really bad memory. So, I mean, some people just don't understand why, you know, I've been a Muslim for like quite a few years now, and why it's so hard for me to just say things from memory. But that's not just the Quran for me. That's just about everything. I mean, I have to really try extremely hard and do things over and over and over again to be able to memorize them. So for me to be able to memorize a surah would be extremely difficult. I mean, I try, but even with our prayers, when I first reverted and I first learned how to pray, I had to make some cards. And then one time I just made a piece of paper too where I had the prayer written out, and it was in Arabic, but I wrote it out in English so that I could say it in Arabic and I could pronounce the words properly. And it took me, you know, a really long time to be able to memorize that. I don't even want to tell you how long it took me because it would be embarrassing, honestly. But I kept trying and trying and trying, kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And I took my little paper or my card, with me, and I had it near my prayer rug and everything. And I would look down on it when I needed to, and Allah knows, Allah's never angry with someone who's trying their best to learn and to pray and to praise Him. So I knew that even though it was taking me a very long time to memorize things and really have it stick in my head, and even though I had to look down at my cards and things like that, I knew Allah knew that, I was trying my best to memorize the prayers and things like that. So anyway, so that might be an option for you too. Like if you're just getting into Islam and you're a revert, or you're thinking about being a revert and you're practicing your prayers, go ahead and put it on some cards or just a little piece of paper so you can look down when you need to. One of the things I tried to do too was I would take sections of it and I would just try to remember the first couple of sentences, and I would practice it over and over again, and then I would add a sentence and add another sentence and things like that. So anyway, my alarm's going off, and that's telling me that my movie time is over anyway, which I'm sorry to say goodbye, but I do have to study. I'm taking classes online, and I only have until a certain time today to do 2 exams, so I do need to go. But thank you for coming today, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'm going to try the first live YouTube video the 3rd Sunday of this month, and this is February. At 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Okay, so if you can make it, that would be awesome. And hope to see you there. Bye-bye. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I'm not wearing my niqab, so I'm just covering my face with my veil a little bit. I'm out in Redmond, Washington, and I'm just waiting for the Umrah class to start. I'm outside the mosque, drinking some chai, tea, so just waiting for the class to open up. I just finished praying, just finished Salah, Dur, and it was very nice. It's a very nice center out here, so I'll show it to you from the outside. We have a very sunny day today. It's actually very beautiful. Let's see if I can figure out how to turn this camera around so I can show you the mosque. Salam, hello. I'm going to turn the camera over so I can show you the mosque. I'm out here in Redmond. It's a beautiful sunny day today. And this is, I should turn it this way, I think. I should have turned my camera sideways. I think I'm gonna have to restart this. But this is the mosque. I'm actually going to restart, everybody. I'm going to restart this because I have my phone tilted the wrong way.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Evening, did you enjoy the weather? MashaAllah. I think it's preparation for weather over there. Yeah, it's all on the same. So, inshallah, today we will just give you a summary about our journey, the journey of Umrah, right? And the word Umrah is the same like the word Umr. Umr, Ma'mur, Innama Ya'muru. The Quran mentions many things, right? All have connection with prosperity, right? Maintaining something. Innama Ya'muru Masajid Allah, right? And also the word Umr means the age, right? So this is like the journey of your life, because when you go there, you're going to go to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and sometimes you have to spend your life on it. A long time ago, people take something 1 year, 2 years, from Indonesia, for example. So to motivate you about something in Islam, we have to have an Arabic called ad-dawafi. Something can encourage you, right? So one of them is to talk about the virtue of Umrah. What is the virtue of Umrah, right? Allah SWT said in Quran, وَأَتِمُّ الْحَجَّ وَالْأُمْرَةَ لِلَّهِ. Right? It said complete Hajj and Umrah only for Allah. As we know that Umrah is a sunnah, right? Hajj is wajib. But if you go to Hajj, Umrah become wajib. Right? Like wudu is sunnah. Nabi Muhammad said that the performance of Hajj and Umrah increase a person's lifespan, and eradicate poverty and sin, just as rust removed from the iron when placed in the furnace. Right? Subhanallah. So two things: make your life longer, and also wipe out the sin. Right? Read for me, Shalom.
For this very same reason, Imam al-Nawawi has mentioned that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants stability and guidance to a servant of his. It is mustahab preferred to perform Umrah frequently.
Frequently, the mustahab. Right? Sayyidina Aisha, not only Umrah, he performed about 60 times. Right? Of course, from Medina to Makkah, not too far. Right? So it means if you have ability physically, financially, it's good something to go Umrah a lot, right? So Umrah wipe out the sin.
Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu relates that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated one Umrah is expiation for the sins committed between that and previous Umrah.
Umrah. Who did Umrah last year? You did, right? MashaAllah. Yeah, like Jummah into Jummah, right? Ramadan into Ramadan, they put out in between. Yeah. Okay, so what the condition of Umrah? First must be Muslim, right? As you know that when you drive from Jeddah to Makkah, before you enter Makkah, you can see non-Muslim turn right. Yeah. Must be a sound of state of mind, right? Must be free, but have necessity, power, and ability. Yeah. So therefore, if you intend to do Hajj or Umrah, do immediately, because something happened. Right? Maybe before you are in good health, and suddenly people sometimes become paralyzed, right? Or sometimes you have money and then you don't have money, right? So when you're doing Umrah, you become Allah's guest. Would you like to read for me?
It is narrated from Abu Hurairah. Rasulallah stated, the performers of Hajj and Umrah are guests of Allah. If they seek something from Him, He will grant them. If they seek forgiveness, He will forgive them.
MashaAllah. Right? So when you are there, you are not guest of Salman. Right? You're guest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, but be careful, right? When you going to visit like governor or White House, there's a certain protocol you have to follow. What kind of cloth you have to wear. It's the same also. You're going to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have to also follow certain protocol, etiquette. Yeah. Continue.
In another hadith, the performers of Hajj and Umrah are the special guests of Allah. Whatever they ask for, they are granted, and what they pray for, it is granted to them. And what they spend of, they are rewarded for it. They are granted a recompense of 100,000, 1 million, sorry. Yeah, bad math. Okay, 1 million dirhams for the sake of 1 dirham spent.
Subhanallah. Right? So this is very important. You could pray for all type of dua. Because you are, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you are my guest. You know when you have guests, you want to respect and you have to open everything for the guests. So the Arab very good. When welcoming somebody said, Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. Three. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. Ahlan means you become my family. Ahlan. So you come to my house, you are my family. Wa sahlan, everything easy for you. Wa marhaban is my chest open. Right? Yeah. So therefore, if you go to the salam. The airport in Egypt, you know, you are ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. Right? But the problem, some Indonesian ustad went to Pakistan. And in Pakistan, they're writing in I think in Urdu, so the word in Arabic writing. Right? It's writing like this. So write like this. Wailun lakum. Wailun lakum.
It means, woe will be upon you, or hell will be upon you. Right? So, how come I come to your country and he said, woe will be upon you? No, this still means welcome. Welcome. They didn't put like this, so right? This means welcome is how you write in Arabic. Welcome like this. Like for example, if you go to, inshallah, you go to the Jeddah or Makkah, you will see also like this. If you read it, this is Aisun Karim. Aisun Karim. Lost hope is honor. So how come somebody lost hope and be honored? It's ice cream. Yeah. It's how to write the ice cream in Arabic. Yeah. So, Umrah is very easy. You know, basically, when you do Umrah, you have to do 5 things. Number 1, you wear ihram. So inshallah, you get to wear ihram when we are in Medina, right? On the way to Makkah, in the called Bil Ali, right? When you wear ihram, don't make intention. So we're going to wear ihram in the hotel, ride the bus, and then we stop in the masjid to Halaifa, or masjid Bil Ali, to pray to Rokat, make dua, and then we go to the bus. And before the bus moved, then we said, Nawaitul Umrah wa ahramtu biha lillahi ta'ala, or labbaik Allahumma Umrah. Why is it? Because before you make intention, all the restriction of Umrah, is not a play. Because as soon you said Nawaitul Umrah, khalas. You have to mention what is forbidden after that. Right? So it's better to make intention immediately before you leave the bus. So intention, and then you go to Makkah, go to the hotel, you rest a little bit, and then you do Umrah. The first thing you do Umrah is Tawaf. Right? 7 times, study 7 times, and then tahallul. You shave your hair. Right? We make in the inshallah. Okay. So when you the first time enter Makkah, it is sunnah to do tawaful qudum. Tawaful qudum. Like when you enter the masjid, you do tahiyatul masjid. But because you are now performing Umrah, so you don't need to do twice. Just intention the same. Nawaitu tawaf al-qudum wa tawaf al-umrah lillahi ta'ala. So it's the same 7 times. You don't need the 14 times. Right? Like for example, if you come to the masjid, right? For Fajr for example, it is sunnah to do what? Tahiyatul masjid and Rakatul Fajr. Right? But you can also combine. Because of 3 minutes they pray. Right? So you can make intention Tahiyya and Qabliyatul Fajr. So some sunnah we can combine. Right? Even some ulama said, if you're going to make up for Ramadan and you pray 6 Shawwal, so intention for make up Ramadan, also the 6 of Shawwal. Yeah. So 7 times. And then Sa'i between Safa and Marwa. Right? And then shaving head or trimming the hair. Right? If you are the first time, it's good to shave. Second time, that's okay. Right? Because you need to shave your hair twice. When you Aqiqah, and then when you do Umrah or you do the Hajj. Right? So that Umrah is done. So that means maybe take over 2 hours. Khalas. Right? You take rest. And then if you want to do Umrah again, You don't need to go to Madinah again. Just go to where? Masjid Aisha. Right? Masjid Aisha, because that's how Aisha when she meet Hajj, she have a period. Right? So she just made Sa'i, and then when time for Hajj, she went to the Tamim, right? And then so now you find the masjid called Masjid Aisha, big masjid. You go there, you pray to Rakat, every intention, and then you go to Makkah to do the Tawaf and So remember that we cannot pass by the Makkah, right? Unless you're wearing ihram in the Miqat, right? Where our Miqat will be? Is our Miqat, right? This one come people before Payalamna, right? This from Indonesia, from Malaysia, right? If you are from Syria, right, from all these directions, then you go Bir Ali, right? If you come from Egypt, Arabi. If you come from Iraq, Al-Juffa, right? Yeah.
So I got confused. Where are we going to make ihram from Medina or
From Medina, yeah.
From Medina, we're gonna.
Yeah, because you go to Medina first. Yeah. Yeah.
No, like ihram for Umrah.
Yeah, yeah.
Intention, gonna make intention.
Intention.
Yeah.
So we make wearing ihram in the hotel,
Yes.
and then we ride the bus without intention, just wearing ihram. You know, we go to the masjid, the Bir Ali, pray 2 rakat, right, and then make intention. Yeah. Yeah.
For the man, my husband, so I will have to buy the towel from here for
No, it's better over there.
from there.
Yeah, ihram is better by Medina. You can choose lots, also cheaper, right? Yeah. Alhamdulillah, when you perform Umrah or you perform Hajj, there is no certain dua that you have to memorize, right? You can read whatever you memorize. You can read Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Astaghfirullah. You can read Surah Tabarak, Yasin, whatever you memorize, okay? The only dua that you must read at this dua, at this once, this is wajib, right? Either Hajj or Umrah, right? So read after me, inshallah. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. After Prophet Ibrahim, he built the Kaaba. Allah SWT asked him to go to the mountain Jabal Abu Qubais. And that mountain is no more anymore. It became the palace of the king. Right? And Allah said, Ya Ibrahim, call the people. So Ibrahim said, remember on that time only have Ismail and Hajar. But Allah said, call people. وَأَذِّنْ فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ يَأْتُوكَ. Right? Adhin means proclaim, call. Ibrahim did. On that time, most people still in the form of arwah, spirit. Right? So, anybody answer that, right? They call the bayt, and then they beg to perform Umrah or Hajj. Right? So therefore, when you do Hajj or Umrah, it said Labbaik. Labbaik is You know, when somebody calls somebody in Arabic, and to respond politely, they call labbaik. Right? For example, Ya Ali, you could say Naam. Right? Mother told you what you want. But I said, Ya Ali, labbaik. That's how to respond with respect. Remember when Abu Jahl, he brought a lizard. He said, Muhammad, are you prophet? He said, yeah. Can you talk to the lizard? The Rasul said, Ya ayyuhal dhab, man ana. Oh lizard, who am I? And lizard said, Labbaika wa sa'adayk annaka Rasulullah. He knows how to respond to the person that is important. Right? And also, this dua is dua of Tawheed. Right? Innal hamda wa ni'mata. That all the praise, all the blessing is belong to you. It means, Ya Allah, I can come to you, to your house, not because I have money and I'm strong, it's because of you. You selected me, you chose me. This ni'mah from you. Right? And also, sometimes when you are the first time see Kaaba, you feel heaven. You feel, right? So look like, wow, it's like gold. I said, no, la sharika lak. You are only stone, right? And alhamdulillah, Allah protected. You know, imagine if Kaaba belonged to Hindu, people going to worship it, right? So even we are in Kaaba, we said, wow, right? So therefore, the first thing when you see Kaaba, what do you do? Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. And remember, this dua, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, only you read before you see the Kaaba. As soon as you enter Masjid Haram, it's not allowed to say Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. You never hear, and you will never hear, right, that people inside the Haram say Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, right? So when you enter the Haram, khalas, stop talbiyah, right? Said Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, chant with takbir and tahleel, right? As you know that Umrah, anytime you do tawaf, either tawaf Umrah or remember that you can make tawaf as much as you can. You know, for example, you come to Maswad. The story of Hajar al-Aswad, when Ibrahim did rebuild the Kaaba, Allah said, Ibrahim, you have to find a stone that different than all the stones that you have in Kaaba, so people can see, can notice, you know, where he came to start the tawaf. And Ibrahim looking for that stone, different stone, but he couldn't find for 1 week. And he said to Ismail, let me tell us today, if we cannot find, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? Alhamdulillah, after 1 week, Jibril came. And Jibril brought what? A stone from Jannah. So Hajar al-Aswad is not stone from this wood, from Jannah. And Allah let Ibrahim Ismail to work hard first. Right? Then Ibrahim put that Hajar al-Aswad. When Ibrahim did put it, there was shining. You can see the light in the top. Right? But because after that, a lot of mushrikun, disbelievers, they're doing the tawaf and touching that, Allah cover up. Right? The shining, the light of the. So therefore in the hadith said, one of the sign of the hour, before Allah lit the Kaaba, right? Allah will bring that shining out. And there's 3 ways to start the tawaf. Sunnah, if you can kiss, that's impossible now, right? So start by kissing, right? Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. Or you touch it. Or if not, just like this. Because the Prophet Muhammad said, Hajar al-Aswad yaminullah. Hajar al-Aswad is the right hand of Allah.
right? So therefore, when you say like this, it means what? Like you shake Allah's hand, right? So therefore, it's very important to know the wisdom behind everything, so you can feel it, not like this, right? You know, sometimes you love your husband, you love somebody and die, and you find something that belongs to him and say, right? Right. And then one day, Umar bin Khattab was looked to the Hajar Aswad, I know you are nothing. You are only stone. If the Prophet did not kiss you, I will not kiss you. And Ali radiallahu anhu was behind him. I said, Umar, no, it's not only stone. I remember the Prophet Muhammad said, this stone become what? Witness in nature. Become what? Witness for you. So when somebody going to put in hellfire, Allah, no, don't put in hellfire. He came to your house. Right? Hajar Aswad. And then Sa'i from Safa and Marwa. What does Safa mean? Pure and clean. Right? Marwa means result, like water. The story of Safa Marwa is the story of who? Hajar. Hajar, the baby is crying, there's no water. She stood up and started walking, looking for what? Water. But she chose from where? From Safa. Pureness. What's Sa'i mean? An effort, struggling. Right? So Allah SWT wants to teach us, be like Hajar. When you start something, start from what? From pureness. Right? You get to make business. Not just borrow money from the bank. You're going to marry. Not like many people just do, looking for a woman outside or on disco. No. Start from what? Pureness. Because when you are pure, end it with the marwa, with the good result. Right? So it's, when you make walking from Safa to Marwa, remember the story of who? Hajar. Question to you. Her walking produced result or not? Right? Because after 7 times, where's the water come from? Not from her effort, from helpless baby. Like this, the result come out. Right? But there's also as a result of who? Of the effort and sincerity of who? Hajar. When you do something and you are sincere and you depend on Allah, the result not only for you, also for the others. Because Zamzam not only benefit for Hajar and Ismail, but for who? For us. Isn't it very interesting? How many 7 wonders in the world? 7 wonders, right? Like pyramid, right? And it's a more wonder. Because until now, if you dig it down, you don't find water. Only in that area. Right? Restriction of ihram, right? So that means after you make intention, you cannot do the following, right? Intercourse and all matters leading to it. If you're husband wife, right? So you have to be careful. Committing sin that caused a man to deviate from path of obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? Umrah, Hajj, right? All the ritual of them is easy. Tawaf easy, Sa'i easy. What's difficult? To be patient. فَمَنْ فَرَضَ فِيهِنَّ الْحَجَّ فَلَا رَفَثَ وَلَا فُسُوقَ وَلَا جِدَالَ فِي الْحَجِّ. 3 things you cannot do. Number 1 is rafath, that between husband and wife. And then fusuq. Fusuq means either you, what you call, say bad word, call name, right? Hurting somebody. Wala jidala, even argument. Right? And most people,
they are, mashallah, when it comes to tawaf sa'i, they're successful. When it comes to be patient, to be in control, that's the most difficult in Hajj. Remember, if you go to Hajj, go to Umrah, if you're not ready to be patient, if you are tempered, right, this is the best time to be in control. Disputing, arguing, or fighting with companion, servant of others. You will find almost something, because in America, you always have everything organized. You line up, everything. Over there, no. People can come across you, right? Even in Tawaf, people something push you. There's one lady, you know, she made Tawaf, and then one of student from Medina, right? And I hate her. He hate him. And he said, why you hate me? You did hit me yesterday. I said, I wasn't here even yesterday. Right? Even revenge is still here. And you cannot wearing some cloth, such as shirt, hooded, robes, cloth, underpants, right? Clothes dyed with nice fragrance, shoes, yeah, sour sleevers. So that means the shoes for men or sleever had to be the ankle and the toes is open, right? Any shoes that cover the ankle and the toes, you can't wear it. If you're wearing it, you have to bend down, right? That means you have violated the restriction. As for women, she may wear all of above, but she is forbidden to use perfume cloth, a veil that cover the face and the glove. Right? So if the sister, for example, she used to wearing hijab, so during the ihram, she cannot do it. Clipping nails, because sometimes some people have custom like this. You cannot do it. Yeah? Shaving or cutting or removing hair by any means from the head, or because people sometimes they have custom to, right, some men like this. Some, I'm sorry. So you have to be careful during the using perfume on body or clothes by a man or woman. Because remember, when you're wearing ihram, sometimes you go down, you go right in the bus, and you're going to pass a lot of store. Sometimes the people are saying, that's good. Right? Try to put the perfume something. Contracting marriage or acting on behalf of others, acting as a guardian for someone. Right? That's during your ihram. I will, brother, can you do Diwali for me? I investing in this woman. No, cannot do that during that. Right? Because basically, when you are Hajj and Umrah, you have to forget about our body, our appearance. Right? What is permitted to be muhrim? Remember, we have mahram and muhrim. What's mahram? Mahram, the woman you cannot marry. Your mother, right? Your aunts, your sister, right? Muhrim, that means when you are wearing the ihram. Taking bath or changing clothes. Right? But be careful, you cannot you use the shampoo or the soap, they have fragrance. Right? Covering the face, because something hot, because somebody. Yeah? And also something people forget, when men carrying around and the hot is like this. Yeah? Women are allowed to wear shoes. Yeah, it's better you wearing shoes that you can walk easily. Don't wear shoes when you get very high, difficult to walk. Covering the head by mistake, right? Cupping or opening abscess, pulling a tooth or cutting a bit. So we are sick, you can do it. So this is something that is allowed during you are muhrim, but better to avoid it. Itching in the head or body, right? But when you itching, make sure it's not just slowly. looking at the mirror, right? Better don't look too much at the mirror, because that means you're still concerned about your body. You try to forget it. Just one thing before you go to the mirror. Yeah. Wearing belts pocket around the waist, especially for men, because I'm sorry, you are underwear and all, you don't wear nothing. You have to what? To make sure that your ihram not fall down. Wearing kohol, the black one here, the Prophet used to wear that on the eyes. Sitting under the shade of an umbrella or tent or roof. This is very important because there is a group you're going to see. Therefore, them is forbidden even, and they're riding the bus from Medina to Makkah. There's no roof. Right? Yeah, no, it is okay, you can use them. Using henna, right? Aisha now, before she wearing ihram, she used henna, right? And killing the type of animals, right? And so on. So that's a talk about what? About Umrah, right? But inshallah, before you do Umrah, we're going to where? To Dubai, Medina. So we talk inshallah about 15 minutes about Medina, right? But before I continue, any question about Umrah?
When you do tawaf, you say we can do as many tawaf as possible.
Yeah.
Do you have to pray 2 rakah as Ibrahim or not?
Very good. Anytime you do tawaf, the first you have to start from Hajar Aswad. And always try to be, if you go into the masjid, try to go gate number 1, the King Abdul Aziz. Because from there, the Hajar Aswad will be in front of you. Right? So you're just walking until you see the Hajar Aswad. Right? But because you're a little bit far away, you don't know exactly where Hajar Aswad. The best way, look at to the right. You see green light. Because in green light is exactly where the Hajar Aswad. So mostly what I did, like this, and then look at this. That's green light. Because green light is blocked by it. Then we like this. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. Only in the beginning he said Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. And then the second one, Allahu Akbar. Right? Allahu Akbar is enough. Right? So, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. 7 times. You can read whatever you want. Right? Any dua, any dhikr. But the Prophet make a lot of dhikr during the tawaf. Right? Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. Right? Sometimes he read Astaghfirullah 100 times. Right? Any dhikr. Or you can read also the book. Right? It is sunnah. The best is from Hajar Aswad, right, until Hijr Ismail. It is more like cube like this, right? To make the dua that the Prophet teaches us in the book. Allahumma inna hadal bayta baytuk wal harama haramuk wal abda abdu. Right? This many dua. Why dua? But then from there to Rukun Yamani, make special dua, your own dua, in your own language. You know what I mean? So you follow Sunnah here, and then after Rukun Yamani, you read what? Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah. Just until Hajar Aswad again. Right? And continue 7 times. And after 7 times, always Sunnah to pray to Rakaat in Maqam Ibrahim. But Tahir always, yeah. If you don't pray, it's okay. But this is part of tawaf, right? But without praying, the tawaf was still valid. But it's sunnah. Yeah, yes, this is it.
I have a question. When we do Umrah, we're planning, we just lost our daughter 3 weeks ago. So we're planning to do Umrah for her. So we're gonna go to Medina and Mecca. If we're gonna do, you said just a few hours, we finish Umrah. So how are we gonna do it? We're gonna go the same places that we went, or we can do it in one place?
For-
How are we gonna do Umrah? Our niyyah to do Umrah?
You
for my
when
daughter.
Umrah second time in?
No, we're gonna do for ourselves, then we're gonna do for our daughter.
Yeah. So what you have to do, the first you do it by yourself, okay? That's from Medina. And then when someone to the next day or the next night, you want to do for your daughter, for whoever, right? And then you go to Masjid Aisha.
And do the Umrah there.
And do Umrah, yeah.
So we came-
About 20 minutes. Yeah, almost there's bus. The taxi said, Aisha, they're almost very easy. But sometimes we talk to brother who would like to go Umrah tonight. Then you correct it, I can ride the van.
So we take the taxi or bus, go to Masjid
Aisha.
Aisha and do the Umrah for her.
Yeah.
So everything is done there in Masjid Aisha.
Yeah, you're wearing ihram, the same like you are in.
No, I mean all the Umrah we're gonna do for her is gonna be done there in Masjid Aisha.
No. Okay, Umrah have to do, okay, 5 things, right? Umrah. The first one was wearing ihram. Number 2, intention.
Yeah.
And then what? Tawaf. It's not tawaf Madinah Aisha. Tawaf with the Kaaba.
So we do tawaf there and we go to Masjid
Tawaf,
Aisha.
Tawaf. No, go to Masjid Aisha. Pray 2 rakat there. Okay? And then you go to Makkah again.
Oh, come back to Makkah and do
To
the
Makkah
tawaf
again.
for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tawaf, Sa'i, and then Tahallul.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yes.
Question for you. I'm going to do the same process for my mother who died like several years ago. So I'm going to shave my head the first time and I'm going to do it for myself. The second time I would not have in here.
Yeah.
So,
Just take a knife, just pass it like this.
okay.
Yeah. Yes. And some people bald head.
Can we do Umrah for anybody else? Just only for people who are still alive?
Yeah, the hadith, there's no hadith that you do Umrah people still alive. Mostly you do Umrah somebody passed away. Yeah. But there's nothing forbidden, but Umrah has always people who are passed away or somebody impossible to do Umrah, like become paralyzed and all this. All that.
So when you want to do Umrah for more than one person, how you do it? Each one you do it separate or how?
Yeah, have to be all only for one.
And then you
And
have
then-
to do only for one,
For one, yeah.
and then you go and do for another one.
And then after one, you go to the Aisha again, you do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for example, can you do, since you are in Masjid Aisha, can you do what you need to do for 2 people for?
No, you
when
cannot.
go- Oh, you have to go to Tawaf and come back to Aisha.
Come back, yeah. Okay. Any other question? Yes?
What I think sister is missing, the Mecca, every time someone has to do Umrah, they have to get out of Makkah and then come back.
Yeah. That's
That is the main
good.
point.
Okay, good. Okay, inshallah. Visit Medina, the Prophet Muhammad said, لا تشد الرحال إلا إلى 3 مساجد. Don't make difficult in traveling except if you're going to go 3 masjid. Masjid Haram, my Masjid Medina, and Masjid Aqsa. What it mean? You know, sometimes you're going to travel to London, to India, but it's difficult. Don't do. But if you going to Makkah or Medina or Masjid Aqsa, even difficult, try to do it. That's the hardest thing. Because even in the verse, وَعَلَى كُلِّ ضَامِرٍ, right? When Ibrahim called the people, he said, people would come with skinny camel. Dhamir means skinny camel. Right? Or hijaran, walking. That means on that time, even skinny camel, they use it. The important I can get to, right? They said, Salatul fi masjidi hada afdal min alf salah fi ma siwa illa masjid haram. Pray in my masjid, right, is better than 1,000 salah in the other masjid. So 1 rak'ah equal to 1,000, right? And try don't miss a pray jama'ah 5 times days.
Because imagine 1,000 and then time 27. Right? If you are in Masjid Haram, right? How many? 100,000. 100,000. If you pray Jama'ah, 27. If you pray 5 time days, who can count? 27 right time 5.
10 million.
How many?
10 million.
10 million? 10 million. MashaAllah. And then you are there 4 days over there. And time 4 days, right? How many days? You know, if you are from Indonesia, you go to Hajj, they stay in Makkah, Medina, 40 days. So at least 30 days in Makkah. And pray Jama'ah, how much? But some Indonesians misunderstood. When they went to Indonesia, they want to pray again. They said, why? They have deposit. What is the etiquette of visiting? For example, the first, try to have wudu before entering. You know, you make wudu in a hotel. You know, very interesting. The Sahaba, when they are traveling, before they enter their houses, they always visit the masjid. Rasulullah sallallahu pray 2 rakat and then they go home. Yeah? And then pray 2 rakat inside the masjid. And if you can pray in Rawdah, it's better, but it's difficult. Right? For women, they have certain time. So my wife will let you know it's over there. For women, there's a certain time. For men, 24 hours. Right? And what you call? And also now, to enter Rawdah, they organize. So they have put the barrier. So you wait here. And there's barrier again, people waiting there. Right? And then after 10, 15 minutes, those people finish salat, and then they open this one. And if you see when they open, people were running. Right? One day I took the pictures, very interesting. And then you had to wait. So maybe to pray Rawdah, you need maybe 45 minutes to wait. The best way, if you want to be there, just midnight, 2 o'clock, when the number is less. Right? But something, maybe have same idea, or 2 o'clock. Nobody, so everybody comes 2 o'clock. Right? The Prophet said, between my house and my member is Rawdah, a garden of Jannah. Right? How distinguish between the Rawdah and Rawdah? Look at the carpet. The carpet is white and green, and the other always red. So in that area. And also, don't be selfish. Some people something. If you pray Rawdah, just pray 2 rakat. You want to pray duha, pray, just go outside. You know, because in Islam, to give preference to the others is also a reward for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So do something. Yeah. And then, so after you pray, right? You pray at the masjid, right? For men, it is sunnah, you go out and you enter from Babu Salam. Right here. Babu Salam. Babu Salam used to be outside the masjid. Used to be. And also used to be imam there. Like they seen last year, they changed the imam now. The imam is close to the Rawdah now. Right? So people, when people visit the grave, it's easy now. Right? What you have to do from Abu Salam, you enter Abu Salam, Allahumma anta salam, wa minka salam, wa ilayka ya'udu salam, wa hina rabbana bis salam, wa alikhina al-jannata da, wa salam, you are walking like this. And then, as soon as you are close, yeah. So there is now they have sign here, right? This is the old one. They have sign here. He said, Huna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Here is Muhammad. So you are exactly here, in front like this. Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiyyu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Then you move a little bit here. You can see it right here. Huna Abu Bakr. Here Abu Bakr. Assalamu alayka ya Khalifat Rasulullah wa Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Then you move again, he said, Huna Umar bin Khattab. Here is Umar. Assalamu alayka ya Amirul Mu'mineen, Umar al-Faruq. Right? Then you walk away. If you're going to make dua, don't make dua to the front of the grave. You turn like this, the Qibla. Because you make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? As soon you come out, if you are man, you can see the wall. That's the Baqi. That's all the grave of many Sahaba. You know, the Prophet daughters, and all this in the grave. Baqi. Yeah? So, in the hadith said, you know, when you pray, Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi, I said, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, the angels send you salam. But if you are there, this is the hadith said, Ma min ahadin yusallimu alayya illa radallahu alayya ruhi hatta arudda alayhi salam. No one visit me. He says salam to me, except Allah bring my ruh back and to answer your salam. Right? So therefore he said, Assalamu alayka Muhammad sallallahu. Right? This is some of the dua. You can say, shout to Allah, Assalamu alayka Ya Rasulullah. Assalamu alayka Ya Nabi Allah. Assalamu alayka Ya khayra khalqillah. Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiyyu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah. And also, remember that there's 3 dua Allah will not reject. Dua, the one who are sick, the one who oppressed, and dua when you are traveling. So you have to prepare. When you are starting to leave your house, your dua will be accepted. Take opportunity. When you are in airplane, make a lot of dua. And Allah, Inna Allah yuhibbul mulahid. Allah loves when you make dua, you will insist, Allah please. Maybe somebody sick, you make maybe 100 times, Allah please. Give him shifa, cure, right? Especially at least dua of traveling. This is dua when you are in the car or in the airplane. Right? Shout to Allah, Subhanalladhi sakharana hada wa ma kunna lahu muqrinin wa inna ila rabbina lamunqalibun. Glory to Allah, the one who make this, that means airplane or car, that moving, car that follow your instruction, right? And they are very interesting. The end was it, wa inna ila rabbina, and we to our Lord will be returned. Why the dua suffering is that to Allah we return? Because maybe when you are suffering, it's the last time. You might not return home anymore, right? And he said, Alhamdulillah, 3 times, Allahu Akbar 3 times, right? And then you make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah will send it to you, right? All the du'as. This Masjid Nabawi, right? In Makkah, men, women go the same all direction, right? Any gate. But in Medina, there's certain, they call Babul Nisa. The women have certain entrance and men have certain the entrance, right? Inshallah, we're going to visit many places. Masjid Quba, we'll talk about what is Masjid Quba, inshallah. Masjid Qiblatain, Masjid Tu Qibla, Masjid Sabal Masajid, right? We're going to visit the mountain of Uhud, right? So all this, inshallah, we're going to discuss and have certain halaqah or lecture about all this before we take a journey, inshallah. This is very important, mental preparation. Number 1, what? Ikhlas, very important. Because, you know, even the angel, endangered men, will be surprised.
there's many people, according to angels' record, he'll go to Jannah. But Allah said, go to hellfire. And the angel was shocked, right? Because nobody knows what in your heart except who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, very interesting, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said pray, when Allah said aqimus salah, establish salat, fasting, kutiba alaykumus siyam, fasting is wajib for you, wa atu zakat. But Allah will talk about Umrah or Hajj, what is it? Walillahi ala nasi. He starts by the word lillahi. Only for Allah. Why is it? Because nobody, you know, after he or she pray, hey, call me Musalli, okay? I just pray. Or after fasting, hey, call me Sa'im. Nobody, right? But sometimes people go to Hajj. When they come back, they change their card. Haji Hassan. Right? And when people call him Haji, get mad. Right? I'm sorry I repeat again the story about my father-in-law. His friend went to Hajj. And his name was Hassan Nasser. Hassan Nasser. Haji Hassan, yes. 7,000 when I spend money. Right? But if people call you Hajj, it's okay. You know what the story that people after Hajj they call Hajj in the Arab custom? It's a reminder. So when you come from Hajj and you cheat, you lie, the Hajj. How come you Hajj and you still doing this? The title Hajj is this reminder. How come you Hajj is still doing that? Why so you don't pray Fajr? The Hajj, Fajr. How come you Hajj not Fajr? That's in the beginning. But now become like a title. Right? And then Sabbath, patient, very important. Right? Remember, they have to be patient in three, right? Patient in doing good deed, right? Because sometimes a lot of things can distract you. You are shopping. Hayya ala salah. Come and you make sure that before 10 minutes, about half hour, right? Don't do anything. Just come to masjid. Yeah, make preparation. Sabr and avoiding the haram. It's not easy. People make you mad. Right? Lot of things. Just need patience. And sabr when calamity happens. That thing happens to you. Because sometimes, you know, don't think that like in America. If I make an announcement, the bus will come, for example, at 2 o'clock. And you was ready. No bus. So therefore, he said, if you want to know the nature of or the character of somebody, right, during Hajj or during Umrah, right, during traveling, you will know who this person is. He patient or not? Now nobody knows. Some people sometimes people fighting for what? For restroom. Brother. People fasting for the bus someday. You will see that. Yeah? Especially during Hajj time. Oh, people fasting for anything. Yeah? Unable to control. Right? A ta'awun, help one another. Remember that ibadah is not only prayer and fasting. Ibadah is mu'amalah. Husnul khuluq, good conduct. Almost smiling. Right? Just like when you see someone from Kosovo, from Russia, from China, right? Don't have to like mean face. Assalamu alaikum. Right? Because walau an talqa akhaka biwajhin tariq sadaqah, even you if you say with your friend or another. Assalamu alaikum. People say assalamu alaikum. Salam. Smile. Yeah. Halal zat. So we said that everything you bring is halal. Yeah. Clean yourself by pen. So therefore, it's very important from now. Make a lot of istighfar. Because you cannot
meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unless what? You are in state of repentance. Adam alayhi salam, when he went to back to Allah, what did he do? رَبَّنَا ظَلَمْنَا أَنفُسَنَا وَإِنْ لَمْ تَغْفِرْ لَنَا وَتَرْحَمْنَا. Right? Even Ramadan. People sometimes start Ramadan when the first day of Ramadan. So therefore they are not successful. Very difficult. Right? What does Allah did before Ramadan? He fast almost the whole Shaban. Right? As what? So when Ramadan came, he's ready already. Right? Especially you ask Allah forgiveness. Ask forgiveness from parents, husband or wife, children, family. Because you know the way to come or not. It's very important. Yeah? Pay your zakah, you don't pay zakat. Yeah? Make sadaqah, very important. The Prophet said, as-sadaqah tadfa'ul bala. Sadaqah can prevent you from bala. In some athar, the story, the Prophet Ibrahim a.s. was approached by a young man, said, I would like to invite you for my nikah tomorrow. Ibrahim said, okay, I'm coming. And then Jibril came, Malakul Maut came. God, yeah, Ibrahim, this man will not make it. Tomorrow morning, this is his time. He's going to die. Can you imagine it? You tell somebody going to die. Even doctors something difficult to say they're going to die, right? And it's Ibrahim a.s. So Ibrahim is thinking, do I have to tell him or not? And he said, of course. He's going to die anyway. I don't want to feel him all night thinking about death tomorrow. But the next day, Ibrahim came, and he's still in good health. We'll have the wedding and ceremony, everything. So after a few days, he met again Malakul Maut. He said, what's going on? You cancel? He said, Allah asked me to cancel. Because he gave half of his wealth to the poor. So the night before he married, he gave donation. As-sadaqah tadfa'ul bala. This is from the hadith, right? The Prophet Muhammad said, two things can change what? The taqdeer, the qada. What's that? Sadaqah and dua. Dua. Why I ask Allah, Allah give, increase my rizki, increase my age, for example, eh? Because dua, Allah can change. Allah the one who decided, Allah can change. Yeah? So you did already learn how to read the dua, finish to death, make sure that you did provide what your family need, right? And learn how to pray janazah. It's very important. Because every after prayer, you can hear the Imam say, As-salatu ala al-amwat. Pray for dead bodies, not only one. So every after prayer, right? And people who die there, they are lucky. Because the Prophet when people, 40 people die, everybody pray for your dead body and ask forgiveness, inshallah forgiveness. Right? Learn the history of Muhammad. It's very important. I encourage you, either watching the video or you read the book about the history of Muhammad. Right? Then you can see the difference after you finish Hadith, inshallah. This is what you need to bring, right? Medicine, clothes, sandal, the Holy Quran, notebook, book of dua, zikr, money, right? Plastic bag, very important, because you come masjid here, you can put your shoes on the rock, right? Over there you cannot. So you have to carry with you the shoes. Because if you put it, when you come back, you don't find your shoes anymore. Or you find only one. Yeah? Okay. So that I think for today, this is Maqam Ibrahim. Right? Be careful, because you can see when you're doing Umrah or Tawaf, do not distract by anything. Because sometimes you make Tawaf and the first time you say Maqam Ibrahim, and you just, people try people to wipe like this. That's not sunnah. If you want to go there,
or you go there multazam, this is multazam. The Prophet, you know, one day, Umar bin Khattab, he going home for Umrah. Prophet said, "Ya Umar, can you make dua for me?" Umar looked at him. I make dua for this Indian. Because you're going to multazam. Anyone make dua in multazam, he will not reject it. For sure Allah accepts it. Very interesting. Any dua, sunnah like this, right? Only in multazam, sunnah like this. Ya Allah, please forgive me, forgive my parents. As you bring me here today, please be my sister, my brother. You can mention anybody that want to be here. Right? If you can cry, it's good. But it is difficult for you sometimes, especially we are from Asia, that's short. Right? I'm doing myself. Yeah. It's just like this, from far away. Okay. You know, in front of and also the multazam is between Hajar Aswad and the door. Not the door. This is the door, right? So here, that's multazam. Very, very. Everybody will like this. Right? For men, they have a tactic for men. You know, mostly me and my son, before Fajr, by somebody we tawaf, and then half hour before, we just stand like this. Waiting. Then when you pray, you are already close to the Hajar Aswad or close to the yeah? Yeah. So it's all okay to send all the type of dua. Right? Yeah. All is going to send it. So, okay, any question? And before, I think we have itinerary for the okay, did you receive this? Yeah. Everybody okay? So you know the right? So because it's Friday, I encourage you to pray close by. It meant for men usually close by to the airport, like in Sitek Masjid or Oromo Masjid or any masjid close by. Because you're going outside the country, it's good 3 hours before, right? It's for men especially. Yeah. So you can take shower in the morning, right? Take shower for 2 for Jummah Sunnah, right? For 12 hours. Yeah, sure. And then you don't forget to make dua. I would have to cut my wallet. And trust your Allah, please protect me. It's very important. Yeah? Any question?
Yes.
Yes.
So when we make tawaf, can we carry those string bag?
Yeah. Yeah, you can get it.
So we take backpack with us to put our shoes, to put anything.
No, just the small one. I think
No, I think when
yeah.
we go there to tawaf and put
Yeah,
the
it's
shoes,
all only the
yeah, you carry backpack, small one to put your belongings.
yes, you can give yourself. Yeah. Yeah, my wife is all okay basement.
Sister, can you show the bag?
Assalamualaikum. So I will give you packet, and in it will be this one that you can carry inside to put your shoes because you're going to carry. And before that, you need to bring plastic bag to make it clean. And then you will have this. This one is because we're going to tawaf together, so to recognize each other, because you know a lot of people kind of confused which one is the group. And name tag, this one for your luggage, and please put also you can put the address in Saudi, or I mean the address here. And please put Sajoban cell phone number. The bottom, I'm going to give you this, each of you. Please put Sajoban cell number in Saudi. Inshallah, the luggage is not going to lost, but in case, so they can contact him. Okay? And Alhamdulillah, some passport is here, some is not. Again, this is the test, so who's not going have your passport yet, Allah still test you, so have to be patient. Okay. And this is the Rashid family. So if you open and I know you smile, that means you have your passport in here. Brother Nurdin, Brother Umar, I think I'm gonna give you. Okay, so I'm not gonna tell you who have the passport or not. You can have to find out yourself. Brother Mahdi. I'm good. Find something. The one who don't get the passport,
Who did not get your passport? At the end.
No, we got it. All of us together.
Okay, so you can buy it?
Together.
Yeah. So inshallah by
tomorrow and they'll send it. I'll let you know.
That's what's on
so inshallah my wife will email me as soon as the passport arrives. So this is a sandal. Right? Yeah. Any question?
I just wanted to know when you're gonna do Umrah for that few hours.
Only
Another
only
phone
from
died.
here, only when it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The battery.
Umrah is very easy. Right. I'm sorry. You must ask me a question. For the brother, if you have some problem, you know, you have to wear underwear, it's okay. And it's okay.
I have a question, Sheikh. But for us, the one we don't receive the passport, when we leave Friday, are we gonna meet together there or how we
The
gonna?
passport will come before Friday.
Oh, before Friday?
Yeah, tomorrow is allowed. Yeah, just because I think, you know, the way they work in Saudi Arabia, something messed up between these
But
group
in
and
the
group.
airport, are we gonna meet there in the certain?
Yeah, in the
time?
airport, you just, when you come, just check in. You go to the counter, Emirates, give your passport, they will, yeah.
It's electronic ticket, right?
I think they have 24 hours.
So we meet there, all of us?
We have to be in there.
Okay.
I was there at CTEC and actually I kind of like demoed it. So they, at Emirates check-in, they open 4 hours before the flight. And it's a pro tip here, if you're going to that day, right, the Emirates like booth is the very end, at the drop off.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering like which spot you should be getting off and all, it's at the very end,
Yeah.
where the bus stop.
Yeah, even if you ride a car, you can see Emarat is at the end. Emarat of Hansa and all is in the end.
Yeah, you don't need to wait for anybody. Do that for me. If you come early, just check in so you can choose the seat.
So for the passports, we did not receive them, what are we gonna have there? Come back tomorrow or gonna call us or?
We'll email you. Yeah, we'll email you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Passports, I see the medical letter from my doctor is attached to the passport. Should we keep it to the passport or?
No, just put it in your luggage,
Okay.
right? If they need it, because after that you don't need it anymore. They will not check anymore.
So what time we have to be there in the airport?
3 hours at least.
What time?
3 hours.
3
before.
hours.
2 o'clock.
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
3 hours before the flight, yeah.
Yeah.
The flight is 5 o'clock, right?
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Our flight will be 5:05 p.m. on Friday. Okay, so please come to the airport 3 hours before 5. So that means about 2:30 is okay. All right, and please make sure if you have your passport, make a copy of your passport and your visa. Okay, and bring it with you and leave it one with your family. Inshallah, nothing happened, but we just prepare. Okay? Any other question?
Yeah, please, for selecting seats, should you select it for us or should we go and select?
No, you can select for them because this is a group thing and they don't give us access. I don't have, with my family too, I don't have access. So you have to be there and they will give the seat.
Yeah, that's why I tried online.
Denied, yes, this is denied.
And when we inshallah arrive safely in are we gonna go be together or gonna be everyone individually?
When you arrive in the airport, in Dubai will be together. Sure.
How long we gonna stay?
Dubai, when we arrive, we will wait 6 hours before the next flight to Medina. On the return, inshallah, we will have hotel because we will wait 9 hours. Okay?
And one more question, please. So inshallah, when we arrive safely to Medina, are we we're gonna make check out? Are we gonna wait each other and we're gonna wait you?
That's a very good question. So, when we arrive in Medina, okay, we will line up, right, for the immigration. Inshallah, we will go first. We'll go first and we will wait in baggage claim, okay? Everybody claim your luggage, okay? And then we will wait. Usually we cannot wait inside. When we finish, he's going to go outside first. If they allow, we will get our luggage, we'll wait, and we go out together to the bus. If not, then he'll lead, whoever finished, will wait in the front to lead to the bus, inshallah.
Should we buy travel insurance, and if we should, where should we buy it in case we get sick or something happens? Or do we not usually get travel insurance?
Travel insurance, you can buy, like they sell it a lot. You can Google it, but
Usually no
yeah,
worry about it?
mostly we don't have it, inshallah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Any other question?
Just two random things. It's one is that are we gonna make any WhatsApp type of group so that we can communicate with each other? And the second is I'm going solo, so I know we're gonna share rooms. So do we know yet like who's gonna be like your group mate or the roommate?
Yes, I know. The one who travel alone, I will. If you want to know your roommate, I will let you know.
Okay.
The one who, husband and wife, they will share room. I mean, your husband and wife, and the family will be with the family. So if the one who alone, you want to know, just come to me and I'll let you.
How far is the hotel from Arabi?
Very close. Just you go out.
What is the name of the hotel?
Which one? Madinah. Madinah will be inshallah November. Makkah will be Al Safa.
Yes. You open the window, you see the cover.
Inshallah.
But don't play there.
Any other question?
So inshallah, don't worry. So before you do anything, inshallah we're going to have class like this. right? And we describe. For example, tomorrow we're going to visit the historical place to get their gathering, right? We explain about what's Kuba, what. Tomorrow we're going to Makkah. We have to have gathering again to describe what you have to do. Something we forget.
Oh, every
Right?
time
Yeah, everything. And the bus also. Okay? Okay.
And one more question, Sheikh Ibrahim. Sorry for too many questions. Inshallah, when we arrive this Friday to Seattle Airport and you're going to make a check-in, we're going to wait you on the gate or what?
No, you just check it.
No, you don't have to wait in the gate. You just go ahead inside.
And you go inside it. Go inside it. Yeah. Automatically, inshallah, before we go to be together, inshallah. Yeah. And then also, don't worry if you are in the, or something might be, you want to be with friends, or because we are together, you can change the scene. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, fi ni'amika fi ladina rabbana wa kama yambaghi bi jalali wajhika wa bi sultani. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma anfa'na bima 'allamtana wa qina adhaban nar. Allahumma ballighna ila baytika al-haram wa ziyarati rasulika al-'azam. Allahumma ij'al umratana umrah mabrura maqbula. Allahumma hina ala al-islam wa sunnah wa tawaffana ala al-iman wa tawbah. ربنا يسر ربي يسر ولا تعسر يا كريم يا رب العالمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك وصلى الله وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
I'm gonna say goodbye now, brothers and sisters, and I will see you online again next